Okay, hello everyone. We're going to start our UCIC talk at 3:10 p.m. All right. Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our UCIC December talk titled Breaking the Bubble, the Life-Changing Perspective of Studying Abroad. So before I want to start today's UCIC talk, I would like to firstly introduce myself. My name is Christopher Gabriel Ganawan, and I will be acting as the MC or Master of Ceremonies for today's UCIC December talk. Now, PS for people who can't join because the Zoom is full, maybe friends or someone, we also have a YouTube live stream. It's opened up in Networking and Partnership UC in YouTube. You can check it out in the live stream section. So before we start I want to tell three main things for participants of today's talk. Please rename yourself under the format of nature_name if you haven't yet already. The format is shown under the chat. And the second is, as usual, at any talk, we will have a Q&A session. So if you guys have any questions, any sort of questions at all, please refrain from asking during the sharing session because we will open up a Q&A session. Now, next is, as the title today suggests, today's UCIC talk, we will be talking about, bringing a new light and a new perspective to what studying abroad will be. So we'll be giving a new glimpse. And as you may or may not know, we have an aspiring UC student who is an ISMA awardee as our speaker for today. It is my honor to introduce someone truly inspiring as our speaker today, Victoria Janae Supit. Victoria is a proud communication major from the class of 2021. And as an ISMA awardee, she had the remarkable opportunity to study at the prestigious University of Texas at Austin, representing Indonesia. A little bit of a heads up to the University of Texas at Austin. It's actually one of the top public universities in the United States. It is ranked on top 66 in QS World University Rankings in 2025 and among 300 schools in USA, Mexico, Canada, and also Europe. The University of Texas at Austin is ranked pretty high as a top university for entrepreneurship. It is based on the Princeton Review and Entrepreneurship, where the university itself ranks about top 2 for undergraduates and top 7 for graduates. The methodology they use is actually over 40 points. They check on like mentorship and experiential learning opportunities, alumni entrepreneurship ventures, and such. Now, they also house an advanced computing research center. We call them TACC, Texas Advanced Computing Center. Their computer, Frontera, is a academic supercomputer, which is deemed the top 5 fastest computer in the world, which also have collaborated with many prestigious institutions, organizations, and groups such as NASA, National Science Foundation, and Department of Energy and such. And I'd also like to name a bunch of their notable alumni. Maybe you have heard of them. There's such as Matthew McConaughey, Owen Wilson, Ethan Hawke, athletes such as Kevin Durant, directors like Wes Anderson. They also had a former professor who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019, who invented the lithium-ion batteries, the batteries that charge our mobile phones, laptops, and such today. Now, before we go and move on to the main event, we want to welcome Trinity, our president of UCIC, will be giving an opening speech. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Crystal, for such a great opening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to December's edition of UCIC Talk, featuring Victoria, who is ISMA awardee, like Crystal has mentioned elaborately. So from now on, we're planning to have UCIC Talks every month, so be sure to tune in, and we're going to have it once, everyone. And I would like to thank you all for your time, for being present. And I really hope you guys gain a lot of insight from today's talk and you enjoy the talk show. Yes. So, with that being said, thank you so much, guys. And thank you, Crystal. Back to you.
So, thank you for the opening speech by our president. Without further ado, I want to give our time and place to Che Victoria. So, the time is yours.
Yes. Hi. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen for a bit. Mm, ooh, all right. Is this okay?
It's good.
All right, thank you. All right. Hi. Yeah. Thank you, UCIC, for inviting me. Honestly, what a good intro. I like that. And thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be invited. It was an honor to be accepted in the first place, but to be invited to be a guest speaker. Thank you guys. The topic came up when I was just talking with Trinity and my other friends. We were talking about like how I feel like I have gotten new, not just new experiences, but like new opportunities and like new mindset of how I should um l- look at my life in general. And suddenly this topic came up. So I just So yeah, I hope I can explain this more elaborately later. It's 2 a.m. I'm so sorry, guys. All right. A little bit about me. I'm in my senior year in communication science in Universitas Ciputra Surabaya, and I got accepted into my University of Texas at Austin through ISMA 2024. And just fun facts about me, my hobbies, I like going outside, but I also like staying inside. I like playing games. And I just like doing stuff. I just like strolling around, listening to music and stuff, which is great because honestly, the places here, they're really good for like just what is it? Like walking around and enjoying nature and stuff. Pretty nice. Yeah, so this is like the basic facts of me, but also some facts that I didn't write about is the fact that I was actually the first um, person in my immediate family to pursue a bachelor's degree. And because of that, it's an important fact because of that, I didn't know that much about university. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. I know that I'm supposed to excel in my like courses. I'm supposed to maybe just take some like kepanitiaan or something like that. But I don't know what universities fully offer. So when I got accepted into UT Austin, I was so shocked because generally I have no idea that there are so many things that I can do in the span of like 4 years. So yeah, but before I discuss all of that, I wanna they they told me to say how I got accepted into ISMA. So I'll try to explain it pretty briefly. So this is not my first time applying for ISMA. The first time I tried was in 2023 with my friend. I found it through my friend from December 2022, and afterwards I immediately tried to get in. I did my EPT and submitted all of my essays. I got into the interview stage, but after that, no, I got rejected. It was pretty hard because they told us to wait for the announcement until like 5 a.m. And I was like, what do you mean I had to like wait until 5 a.m. just to get rejected? But it's okay. It was definitely an experience. But after that, of course, after that I felt down, but I do feel like there's a potential in me that make me wanna try again. So I did. But before I got accepted into ISMA 2024, I did some things that made me get accepted. So the first one is basically research, like finding out where I did wrong, what I can improve on, and then I read on like people like the awardees from 2023's like experiences, like try to analyze why they got accepted, and then I ask awardees that I trust personally. Like for example, my friend, she got accepted to University of Chicago in 2023. So I asked her advice and she gave me some helpful advices that I trusted. Yeah, I didn't ask that many people, which I think was more great was better because a lot of people have different opinions. I also realized that I still lack a lot of skills in a lot of things. I had some experience in being a committee or like being a part of an organization. But at the time, I was just a member of UCIC, and I was still going through my kepanitiaan in LD 101, I think. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to gain some experiences. So I did. I I tried to apply to another kepanitiaan, but I did not. But thankfully, I was promoted in UCIC into being the coordinator of MPD, Media Production and Design. And afterwards, I got to meet a bunch of new people and network, and and then after that, it just like, and after that, of course, my portfolio grew, but also my confidence in myself, it also grows. So yeah, after gaining experiences and networking to gain more like, for like the recommendations and stuff, I also gain a lot more like self-efficacy. So self-efficacy is very important. I learned this from my course. I didn't know that was a word until now. It's basically, you have to believe that you can do it. It's the belief that you are able to go through the process and do it. In order to get into ISMA, you really have to believe that you can do it. Even if you might lack the skills or like you feel like you don't have enough experience, you have to believe in yourself. Because honestly, people can see through you if you don't believe in yourself. I personally think of myself as someone who doesn't have that many experiences or like skills or achievements. I feel like a lot of my peers, they have a lot more achievement and experiences more than me. But yeah, I believed in myself and I tried to brand myself in a way that makes me in my essays I try to be honest, but I also frame it in a way that I know I lack in a lot of things, but I am also really passionate about improving myself. And I think that is the thing that made me shine in my essays, in my interviews. And so I got accepted. Yeah. So long story short, yeah, that was my thing. Feel free to ask more questions later because honestly, yeah. All right. So these are my experiences in ISMA. Just like the usual stuff, of course, attending classes, we are required to attend 4 classes. So the classes, they don't always align with the website that ISMA provides. So this is the classes that I took. I took digital social media analytics, social branding enterprise, still in the School of Communication, but also I took sociology and educational psychology. Pretty fun. I also hosted a culturized event with my ISMA friends. This is a picture with me and my fellow awardees, and also Permias in UT Austin and KJRI Houston. They're not here, but they sponsored us, so very grateful to that. Yeah, these are basically just Indonesians who study abroad. First one, a lot of them are from Surabaya. I was asking them like, where did you guys come from? They were like, oh, either from Surabaya or Medan. So that's pretty fun. And they ended up asking me like, oh, do you know this person? Do you know this person? And I was like, oh no, but they sound really familiar. So fun fact, a lot of Surabayans. Yeah, this event was fun. I had a lot of good time, uh, just bonding with the locals, like talk, and then my friends they were introducing batik, the art of batik, and then we gave some souvenirs away. That was fun. And also networking and socializing. We also for some networking, I have no pictures with my professors, but I had a lot of meetings with them and it was really like fun because I was just asking them like, how did you do real research? How did you come up with this? Like, how do you like process this? Like, what's going on? Like, and they like to be asked. So that's really nice. I also hung out with RBI. RBI is Rumah Budaya Indonesia. If you get accepted into the United States, or if you just go to the United States, most likely in major cities or major states, there's gonna be an RBI or at least another Indonesian community, and most of the people there are very, very nice. So if you're planning to go to the US, I recommend contacting them. Very nice. I also met up with a bunch of clubs. If you see in one of the pictures, it's actually like it was a showcase event for gaming, and that was people were like introducing Osu. I also went to museums with my friend, and I hung out with my NA friends that I just met for the first time. So that was very fun. And yeah, those are like my experiences in ISMA. Very pretty basic. I traveled sometimes, but yeah. But yeah, I also got new opportunities. I was able to help develop the Instagram for Texas Media Analytics, which is basically like a program in UT Austin's Moody School of Communication. I was able to help bring traffic into the Instagram and help like measure the KPIs and stuff. Pretty fun. I also got into a competition with my friends. Didn't go into the final stage, but we did place the 14th out of like 300 groups or something. So a win is a win. And then for my final project, I also made a brand book, and it took a long time with my friends, with my group mates, but it was um pretty pretty good. Anyways, right. So after I landed, I was presented with so many things to do and opportunities to catch. Like imagine right after I land, okay, right after I land, I had to like set up my dorm and stuff. But afterwards, there were career centers, there were events, there were clubs opening, organizations, a lot of things. I had to try a lot of things, and something in me was like, you gotta try this, you gotta try this, you gotta try that, you gotta try everything, because like, what is it? When else are you gonna like experience all of this, right? So I did experience, I did like try out a lot of like new things, and did I get burned out a little bit? But yeah, that was a lot. The first 2 months were a lot. So yeah, guess what happened? When you spend the first month or like the first 2 months trying to do everything like and try to catch every opportunity that you see, guess what happened? I got an identity crisis. So anyways, I my sociology professor, he was teaching about the basics of sociology, and one of the things that he mentioned was mindfulness. In order to understand society, you have to be aware of your surroundings, and mindfulness is just that. It's basically uh just like don't when you go somewhere, just go somewhere. Don't put on your headphones. Don't think about anything. Just try to feel everything around you and try and observe things around you. And so I was like, you know what? Let me do that. So I did. Every time I walk back to my dorm, I put away my headphones, and I just try to look at the people like gathering, club openings. I was looking at like the buildings and stuff, and I was like, wow. And then when I got back home and I looked at my dorm and my laptop, I opened it, I saw my goals and essays, and I was like, wow, I don't think I want to do half of these goals anymore. And then I started asking myself, why am I doing a lot of these things? Yeah, basically it was an identity crisis because suddenly even I was doing a lot of things, but I didn't know why I do it. And obviously there are like some reasons why. Like for example, of course, like I want to be successful. That's why I do all of these things. I want to try out new things. That's why I do these things. But like, why? Why do I want to do all of those things? And like when I'm away here, do these things like actually matter? And so that's when I begin to ask, who are we when we are stripped away from our environment? Like, would you still be the same person if you are away from your hometown? I lived in Surabaya for the first 22 years of my life. I've traveled, yes, but like not for a long time. I've never stayed in a place like for a long period of time. So this was my first time actually going outside without my parents, without family, without anyone. I had my ISMA friends, but like I don't know them. They don't know me personally like that. So there's this thing that a lot of people don't notice is that your identity is very much shaped by your environment. I learned this from my course, but also yeah, I did a lot more digging. Your values, what you want to chase in life, a lot of them are very, very grounded in where you live and who you surround yourself with. And we are at that age where we're starting to like peel all of those like external goals and like, predetermined values and try to find ourselves. But when we are stuck in the same environment, we are not exposed to like more ideas. So we just automatically think, well, this is just how things are. This is just how life works, right? So when they flew me for 24 hours to the US where I knew nobody knows me, basically I started fresh. I had an identity crisis because I realized that a lot of things that I wanted to do, the things that I wanted to chase, the things that I wanted to achieve, a lot of them I don't even want to do it myself. There's no like intrinsic motivation other than, oh, it's just what makes me successful. It's just what people expect from me. It's just like what I'm good at. And then I realized there are a lot more opportunities than what my environment offers. Basically, I came here only knowing like, okay, I am quite decent at courses. I am not excellent at my courses. I'm like pretty average. And I am pretty good at content creation, but like not God tier, but like I'm pretty I'm pretty okay with it. So that's what I thought I would do. I've never touched research, never done anything like that, never knew anything about it, so I just whatever. But when I came here, I realized those opportunities, they exist and they are being handed out to students just like that. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, I gotta try that. And after I tried it, I tried those things that I wouldn't normally try in my faculty, in my university, not saying that our university doesn't have those, but like it's not usually exposed to me as a student. But because we're international students there and we are international students here and they want us to try out new things and I got offered by my friends to do stuff, I realized there are a lot more opportunities and I actually like them more than the previous roles and skills that I have back in Indonesia. So that's an interesting like revelation that I had. So yeah, it's a good like thing to keep in mind. Yeah, so let's just talk about like expectations and reality. I wrote this in a whim. Uh, so yeah, so for academics, when I came here, my expectation was like, okay, I'm just gonna like excel my courses. But in reality, I was like, oh my God, apparently I don't like being stuck in this role at all. Like I am good at content creation. I like designing and stuff, but in reality, I don't think I want to pursue this job at all. And after I tried data visualization, data analysis, branding, stuff like that, I was like, oh, maybe I like this thing more. And apparently there are a lot more opportunities for these fields. So that's interesting. And then for social life, my expectation was like, I want to be outgoing, I want to make connections with everyone. But in reality, no one is worth my attention and time because honestly, some people, you're not gonna connect there are some people who can connect with everyone, but if you're not one of these people, it's okay to acknowledge that. Like it's very normal to not be able to connect with like everyone you meet, and that's okay. Like spending energy on people that you like is definitely better. And of course, there's a change in mindset. When I first came here, my expectation was like going abroad is going to change my life. I'm going to change my lifestyle for the better. I'm going to do a lot better. I'm going to do better in my academics and all that stuff. But in reality, I am still who I am from Indonesia. It's just different environment, and going to a place will not automatically change who you are. It will change your perspective in life. So what do I get out of ISMA? This is something that the interviewer likes to ask, by the way. If you apply for ISMA, if you have applied for ISMA before, a lot of them like to ask, what do you like to do after, what do you want to do after ISMA, right? And this is a thing that people like to struggle with, and sometimes people just answer like pretty standard stuff, and that's okay. Like a lot of people cannot do that much, and it's okay. But if you ask me like now, if you ask me now, what do I get out of ISMA? It is the bigger picture. The bigger picture of my life, basically. The 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 title of this Zoom meeting, I would not say that this perspective is new because I know some people they probably already have heard of this or they have experienced it, but it is, I believe is life-changing because finally for the first time you are being pulled out of your old environment and you are presented with a new environment with nobody to judge you or to give you ideas on what you should value and what you should search for. There is no right or wrong. You are just out here in an open field. And then suddenly I can see that there's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is just that ISMA is not the end goal of it's not just an achievement, it's a start of something new. And and because of my experiences and the perspective I have gotten, I'm able to see like the bigger picture of my life, you know, like what I want to do after ISMA, like what I have gained, what I can do for other
Bro, bro,
people,
bro, bro,
stuff like
bro.
that.
Eh, kagak. Tolong videoin dong. Ayo.
All right. So anyways. Yeah, so the bigger picture. It's just that after this realization, the clarity will hit your identity and decision making differently. So for in academia, you might see more career opportunities that you might not even consider if you never went here. Finding things that you never knew existed. And passion, trying out new things, finding things that you actually like without the consequence of being judged by your peers or your family or your professors or and in your social life you can hang out with people and then you can find like what behaviors and what things you like to do versus what things that you do just because of your previous environment. And you can like analyze them to see if they actually align with your goals or not. So that's pretty fun. And also value. The bigger picture for me is my value in life. Ever since I got here, I have been thinking a lot about what I actually value in life. Why do I want to travel? Why do I want to take this class? What is this who I want to be? Do I want I I don't know. Maybe it's because I only have 4 months here, but every day when I do something that makes me unhappy, suddenly I have this question pop up in my head, which is like, is this who I want to be? Is this what I want to do? Am I content with this? And the answer is mostly no. I am not okay with being too stressed and overworking myself instead of enjoying myself. I am not okay with spending time inside instead of outside, spending time with my friends. I am not okay with being delegated to just designing instead of actually creating content and analyzing the content. And I actually want to pursue these various fields, not just the one that I thought I was good. I think I am good at. So yes, so this is what you just get out of Visma, or honestly in any scholarship or any like experience where when you are forced to get out of your comfort zone into an environment that you know nothing about and where nobody knows you, the bigger picture, it will come to you. And suddenly you will feel a lot more clarity in life. Yeah, so this brings to I have said this before, ISMA is not an end goal. I mean, it kind of is, but after you get accepted, you cannot be content with just being accepted. You have to start thinking, what do you want to do before, during, and after? A lot of people, they like to just talk about what you're gonna do in the country. You're gonna attend classes, you're gonna attend organizations, but like you also have to prepare a lot of things before departing, and you also have to take some time to reflect what you can do with this opportunity after you graduate. Like, of course, it's gonna look very, very good in your CV, right? In your resume. It's gonna look very good that you got accepted. But other than that, um can you do something to make sure that the 4 to 6 months that you take will be life-changing? Not even life-changing, like will be impactful for you. That is yeah, my friends and I, we had a talk about this and we were like, yeah, it's actually such a shame that a lot of people, they don't talk about the aftermath of going abroad. And that is a shame because I feel like a lot of people, there are a lot of opportunities outside, and it's really good to try to explore those opportunities. Not just because it's not available here, but it's also to explore yourself. You need to give yourself room to explore, to truly explore who you are, what you want, what you can do, what you are good at, and so forth. Yes. Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna drink some water. But yes. So this is how to maximize your time in ISMA. If you get accepted into ISMA, or like if you honestly any scholarship, or like if you just want to do an exchange program, like it's just these are like some of my tips. So first of all, courses. Try courses that you like but are not in your comfort zone. Always know your limitations though. Take a pause before making big decisions. So I took 4 courses that was not originally in the ISMA website because they told us that we could just pick anything because most of them were not available. So yeah, the first one that I took, it was digital social media analytics. It's still in communications, but it's more on the advertising route. Oh, excuse me. I also took social branding enterprise, which is focused on branding for businesses that focus on both profit and social costs. Very, very interesting, but those are still like courses that are in communications. So I also took an intro class in sociology. It's still in an intro class, but it's very difficult. And it was totally like out of my comfort zone. But I was like, you know what? I want to take this course because I really need to start reading and learn how to think more critically, because I feel like we have all gotten a lot more brain rot from like doom scrolling and stuff. So I was like, I will take this because I wanted to think more critically about like life and society in general. I also took a class in educational psychology, which is honestly the biggest stretch, I think, but I took it. It was called Strategic Learning in the 21st Century. I took it because I'm interested, and I might want to become like I might want to take a master's degree someday. So if I ever end up teaching, I would wanna know the basics of how to be a good teacher or tutor and stuff. So yeah, so how to maximize your time? Choose your courses carefully. Don't just choose courses that you like and you will do well with, like basically an easy way out. Don't do that. Like just try to experiment. It's fun. It's really fun. And even if you fail, it's okay. Like, we fail sometimes. It's fine. And second, career opportunities. Attend career center events and see what aligns with you. Like, okay, for in the US, you're not really, I don't, okay, it's from ISMA themselves when they said that we cannot take any jobs or internships that pay us, but it never hurts to go to these career centers and just like look at what job opportunities they have and see if that aligns with you and if that matches your skills. It's really, really good. And you can also get some referrals. So that's fun. So yeah. And because I think UC is pretty, it's still a pretty new university, so we don't have that many faculties compared to other universities, especially to UT Austin. UT Austin has been here for like I think 2 centuries, since 1888. Yeah, so they have a lot of majors and like minors and stuff. So so if you get accepted into these prestigious universities and you want to find fields that you might be passionate in, that you want to concentrate on, try to ask your classmates or like see what your classmates like what are they majoring in, and maybe consider that field for a second. Like when I was in my social branding enterprise and people were like introducing themselves for a presentation, they were just like they were from a lot of different majors. Like not just advertising, not just public relations, a lot of different majors that I don't even know existed. It makes my eyes like open and be like, whoa, I want to read about all that. And also, unpaid internships and research opportunities are a thing on campus. It's a thing in UC too, but especially if you have plans to study for masters or for a doctorate, or if you're interested to take LPDP, it never hurts to search for unpaid internships or research opportunities. You can find this by asking professors, and it's fine to ask them. Actually, they're really nice to talk to. I was talking about this research with this professor, and even though I didn't know about anything, she was so happy with like answering my questions, and she ended up inviting me to a Zoom meeting the next day, even though I had no idea what was going on. She was very accepting, and this is gonna be the attitude for a lot of professors. So if you get accepted, just try it out. It's fun, the one of the highlight about this is that you can get a letter of recommendation, which is gonna be good if you want to get a master's abroad. Yeah. The third one, I'm gonna be my professor for a second and say that yeah, mindfulness. Take off your headphones, stop doom scrolling, stop thinking about too many things, and just enjoy your time outside. Take time to process everything that's going on. A lot of times we move from one task to another so quickly that we don't have time to process what's going on. It makes us be more forgetful, and it also makes us not be able to reflect on what's going on like what we can do better or like what we should be grateful on. It doesn't give us the time to take a deep breath. So yeah, try to just yeah, it gives you a deeper appreciation in life and your opportunities. So definitely practice that. Don't spend too much time on your phone. I do that. But when I don't, it's really nice and I really recommend it for everyone. The fourth is to meet new people, say hi to randoms. Even if you're shy, it's okay. A lot of I don't know. I don't know how it is in other countries. In the US, it's really it's usually pretty easy to have small talk with people that you don't know. You can have the best conversations with people and then say bye and then never meet them again. And worst case scenario, if it's an awkward like encounter, it's okay. You're not gonna meet them again anyway. It helps train your confidence and just your your social skills. Very fun. And the last thing is to change your mindset of failure. Um, failure is fa- we fail sometimes. Even when we try our best not to fail, sometimes we fail, and that's okay. Whether you get accepted into ISMA or not, uh, a lot of things, if they are meant to happen, they will happen. And if you fail, that's okay. That means that there's gonna be other opportunities for you. And failing doesn't mean that you fail. It just means that you you need to reflect on what happens, what you can do to change, or like if it's just like an unfortunate scenario, etc. So yeah, so be more compassionate with yourself because in ISMA, a lot of unexpected things will happen. And even though you plan everything correctly, sometimes unfortunate things, they will happen. And if you cannot accept that, just like I did, I could not accept that I couldn't do one of the goals that I had initially that I originally planned for myself. And I ended up being so down and I ended up beating myself so much over it for like weeks. And then suddenly I woke up and I was like, why am I beating myself up like this? Because I'm in a new environment and this is my first time going outside. The fact that I got accepted in the first place is already a wonderful thing. It's okay. Sometimes things just don't happen in plan. Doesn't mean you don't need to chase them. You still need to try. But if they don't happen, it's okay. And lastly, of course, enjoy your time. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Being in your early 20s, getting accepted into this scholarship is a very wonderful thing, and I'm really grateful that it happened. I would not say it was, yeah, I would not say it was luck. I worked really hard for this, and I'm really grateful that I got it. And I hope that people who aspire to have the same goals as me to be accepted and thrive in this environment, in the scholarship, I hope you can too. And yeah, I really hope that whatever happens, just try your best. If it works out, I'm happy for you. If it doesn't, it's okay. Yeah, feel free to contact me anytime for it. And that's it. Yeah. I don't have that many things to say.
But guys,
Okay. So firstly, I would like to thank you for giving such an elaborate presentation, Chef Victoria. It was truly insightful, and I also truly hope it will be beneficial in giving a new perspective and light to what studying abroad is to the participants here who are looking to study abroad. I also want to thank you for sharing your time and experience with us while studying abroad, such as the identity crisis you experienced and the expectation versus reality of it. And I thought that was insightful on how you mentioned mentality determines the outcome, such as how you brand yourself matters, finding the right network to research on tips to getting accepted to ISMA and such, and also how we should maximize ISMA and also how to view ahead after ISMA with the correct mentality. Based on your experience, it might also give some people who are afraid of rejection or already rejected by ISMA to not lose hope of being able to study abroad. But other than that, I'm pretty sure some of the participants here have already brewed up a question that they're dying to know or ask. So therefore, Q&A session will now be open. So if you guys want to ask questions, there's three ways you can do it. You can either type it in the public chat, you can private chat me if you're a little bit on the shy side, or you can raise your hands and I'll pick you to directly speak to the speaker today. So a reminder to all of you is that you guys have a wonderful opportunity today and chance to ask anything that you might want to know about what studying abroad is. So please use the time and chance that is given to you right now properly. So does anybody here have any questions you might want to ask? Okay, maybe I'll start off the questions a bit. So, say Victoria, all those things such as mentality and mindset is easier said than done. When you're in the moment or when you're experiencing it directly, you're kind of backing off to that mindset and mentality, such as, when you're meeting new people and saying hi to randoms, that might be nerve-wracking to some people, or choosing courses that are out of your comfort zone. You might have a plan for that, but usually you won't be able to execute it when you're on the spot. How do you think we should counter that problem?
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot. Luckily, I'm in a good mood right now to be able to say that just keep trying. But I understand that it's kind of hard for some people to do that. And honestly, my best advice is to just keep trying. Building resilience, I think, helps best um, when when you are confronted with so many things that you don't know, you might end up beating yourself up for not knowing things, for failing to do a lot of things. And while you know what, it does suck, you need to remember that you got picked for a reason, that you are stronger than you think you are, and beating yourself up, being sad, it happens, but but being too sad about it, beating yourself up it's useless, and ultimately you have to move on. Just I don't know, for me, my the every time I was down, or like I had a depressive phase, or like I had a burnout, I just try to remind myself that it's just it's going to the phases, they're gonna end soon, and a lot of things, they don't seem as intimidating as I think they are. And there's nothing better to do for me than to try, because if I just lock myself up in the room instead of trying, nothing would happen. 4 months would pass and I would do nothing. But if I try again, and if I, let's say, if I succeed, if I fail, I don't know. At least I tried. At least there's an attempt for that. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, so yeah, basically keep trying, resilience. Don't beat yourself up before you try because you might regret it. Reminding yourself that it is like a temporary challenge, and we usually do find things or assume things harder than it actually is. So try before you do it because you might regret it and you'll never know. So there's a chat in the public chat by IBM Esther Jr. She asked, can you share us how to make your essay, especially the important things to write? So our essays is interesting.
Yes, I would love to. Let me see if I still have my essay. Um, let hold on. Give me a second. I will see if I still have my essay around. Okay, I do. But let's see. Uh, all right, how I make my essay. I think it boils down to first one, honesty. Be honest of who you are. Be honest of your success, your failures. Second of all, be authentic. Be true to your values, like show. And then third of all, um, make sure your essays, they are structured in a way that it brands you as how do I say this? You want your essays to sound compelling, to sound like you're telling a story where you are the protagonist. So when you are making your essay, you cannot just list down all of your achievements, saying I do this, I can do this, I can do that, I am planning to do this, I'm planning to do that. You cannot just do that. My advice would be to yeah, you can say those stuff like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to meet up with people, I want to do blah blah blah. I have I think I wrote in my essay that yeah, I joined the organization UCIC, and then my achievement was one of my courses that I took in Ciputra that I excelled in. But I didn't just list out my achievements. I also listed out like how I did it and why. I explained how I managed to achieve the position and the work that I got, and then I also tried to slip in some sentences that reflect my values, I think. Like I don't know how to say it, but in my essays I tried really hard to not really hard, but like I tried to make sure that when people read my essays, they will know that I am resilient and I am hardworking despite everything that has happened. So yeah, I think I can send my essay here actually. Can I do it?
Sure. Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
All
Okay.
right.
While you're sharing the essay, I think that's a truly important factor to writing an essay, that it boils down to honesty, authenticity, and make sure that it's compelling, structured like a story, I guess. Basically, what I got from that is that make sure that your essay reflects you. So thank you for that. We also have I also have a private message from someone. Did your lecturer support you in joining this ISMA scholarship, and did you graduate in time, or was it delayed?
Oh my God, who asked that? No, I didn't. Wait, can you repeat the question again?
All right. So did your lecturer support you in joining this ISMA scholarship, and did you graduate in time, or was it delayed?
Okay. Did my faculty support me? Emotionally, yes. Unfortunately, when it comes to the technical stuff, no. I pursued all of my application process alone with the help of the international office.
Mhm.
And yeah, mostly that's it. I think they are working towards it. I was speaking to Pak Danu back, and they are trying to get more FICOM students to attend. But yeah, back a few months ago, I had to do everything alone, but it's okay. And for the second one, my graduation, it's delayed, but it's not because of ISMA. It's because of myself. I will not elaborate more on that, but that's what happened basically. No, if you join ISMA, your graduation will not be delayed unless it's like unless for certain majors. I don't know, but for most majors, you will not. Your SKS will be converted and you will be A-okay. I hope that answers the question.
I hope that answers the person's question. We also have another question from Ina, who someone they ask, Hi Che Victoria, I have a question for you. Do you think we should be an active member of PPI when we're studying abroad?
Wait, what's PPI?
Yeah, I'm a little bit clueless on that. Can the person elaborate what PPI is to anyone who asked the question?
Oh, Indonesian
Yeah,
society.
yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I recommend it. I personally, I am not that close to my universities like Permias, but I recommend it a lot. Like I know my friends, they have gotten closer together and they have gotten more opportunities, and like they get exposed to more because Indonesian students, I don't know, a lot of Indonesian students abroad, they're usually very nice and they will not hesitate to say hi to you even if you don't know their name. I forgot one of their names, but one of them said hi to me today, and we had some good talk. But yeah, I recommend at least meeting them once. Like, see if you connect or not. Like, don't be picky. Don't like try to exclude people just because they're Indonesian. Just try to connect with a lot of people and see if you click or not. That's it.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. We also have another question again in public chat by IPMUC Online, Gabriella Giovanni. Her question is, once you arrive in Austin, you met a lot of students who are more diverse and bringing even more skills. How do you feel about this, and how do you think what you can do better of your version competing with other people there? Competing in the process. Wait,
Oh,
okay.
Was that me? I apologize. All right.
Yeah.
What? Once you arrive in Austin, you met a lot of students who are more diverse and bringing more skills. How do you feel about this? Honestly, at first, I felt intimidated. I felt intimidated by the fact that not only students here, but also students my ISMA peers. I feel like a lot of them were more competent than me, and at first I was very intimidated. That's why I didn't really like speak that much. But over time, I realized that no matter where you are, people are people. There's gonna like in UC there's gonna be better people. There's gonna be people who are worse than you, and it's the same everywhere. And there's nothing you can do about it except to compete in a healthy way, aka trying to just become the best version of yourself and do what you think will make you succeed and have a good time here. I think that's yeah.
Thank you again for answering that question. We do have the time to answer one more question. If anybody wants to ask any question, you can go ahead and just ask it. Or if you feel shy on asking, you can private chat me. Okay. It's okay. Okay. So I just got a question from someone from communication major. How do you think your ISMA experience has reshaped your perspective on Indonesia after returning?
That's a very good question. A lot of people, they usually like to compare, they like to highlight like Indonesia's bad qualities. I don't know. The question is pretty complex. The way I see Indonesia is just that I feel like the universities in Indonesia, they deserve more, honestly. And I think the students, you guys deserve to be helped more. You guys deserve to have more accommodations, more opportunities, and and I mm, and I feel like it's also probably because universities in America, they have been running for longer, so it's understandable that universities in Indonesia haven't been able to catch up. But like I hope that in the future that we can, because honestly, I feel like a lot of Indonesian students, they're very bright and they can do a lot of things. It's just that we are still in progress for that. And I think it's up to us ourselves to make it happen. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. I don't know how to answer that again.
Okay. That was a wonderful perspective take on it. So I think that wraps up our Q&A session. I'd like to finally thank you to Victoria for sharing and answering all the questions. You've been such a big help so far. I would also like to thank you participants who have asked the questions. But now I'd like to, before we head on to the photo session, I would like to announce something. Can I ask the IT to help screen share? So we have a signature event of UCIC called PRISM, which is an international edu fair. Now we're opening recruitment batch 2, which is an event that's going to be held in February 19th. So make sure to anyone who wants to join in, just sign up in because we have a lot of divisions you can join. Now, next up to that, we're going to be taking our photo session after this. So make sure everyone please open up your camera because, it's important to open your cameras for the photo session. Okay, wait, about the survey and link and absence and stuff, I will inform after the photo session. So anyone who's trying to question about that, I will inform you after the photo session. All right. So the photo session, first page, screenshot in 3, 2, 1. All right. Now the second page. Okay. Screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Third page. Screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Some people might have not opened their camera yet. I'll give a little bit more time for you guys to open up your camera because we're having this photo session. Might be important for your absence and attendance. So people in the third page, please open up your camera. We'll give a little bit more time. Okay. So just a little bit more. People are still opening up their cameras. Okay. The third page screenshotting in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now the fourth page, the final one, screenshot. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're done with our photo session for the day.
Di situ kan terus ada kayak yang pagar besar itu loh, Cuk.
Uh,
Yang kiri. Itu belok kiri masuk bawah sana.
can you please mute
Nah,
the
deket situ loh.
mic for a sec? Anyone who actually said that.
Tapi karena Gen Z ya.
Okay. So anyway, let's move on. As usual, for any regular UC student, the survey that you guys will have will be open in CHIS. So make sure to fill that out immediately after the UCIC talk. And for the UC online student, we will be sharing a QR code where you guys can absent yourself. So can I ask IT to help screen share the QR code? Okay, so that is the QR code where UC online students can, put in their attendance in. We will keep it on for display. I'd like to also add a little bit more information. I want to say that anyone who's interested in more UCIC talks, global chats, and stuff like this, international pathways, you can check up in our UCIC Instagram under the username of UC_international community. And we have a WhatsApp group there. It's in the link tree in Instagram. And then again, we also have an international hub in the 15th floor of the UC new building or UC Tower. It's open from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you want to ask for international pathways and stuff, they offer consultation service, and you can go up right ahead to take their brochures if you want to know about stuff like this. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it. A little bit again, a reminder for regular UC students, you should fill in the survey that's in CHIS immediately after UCIC talk because we have a time limit. Because it'll be close and you guys won't be able to answer it. Yeah, the time limit that we have in CHIS survey will close in 30 minutes after the UCIC talk. So make sure to fill that in. Anyway, That's all that we have the time for UCIC Talk. My name is Christopher Gabriel Grau. I'd like to sign off as the MC for today. And again, I would like to say I would formally apologize if I said anything wrong. Thank you again to the speakers and participants who have attended the UCIC Talk. And see you all in the next UCIC Talk.
Or UC online.
Okay, so anyone who's having some questions and problems, I'd like to remind you guys again, the G form that was shared in the form of QR code was for UC online students only. Well, for the other regular UC students, you guys can fill in the survey in CHIS, all right? Thank you.